Right, so greetings all and welcome to Context Matters. The date is, I don't even know the date, I'll tell you. It's the 29th of August. You see how time flying? And we have to contend with that as we deal with things to come and deal with certain matters. But before I even start the show, there's something in particular that I wanted to put things in context, and I think I'm gonna start with that. So it had to do with. Let me just show you guys. Let me show you guys what it had to do with. It had to do with issues of integrity, issues of probity, issues of issues basically of anything that had to do with anything that had to do with
at no cost. We received two damning reports
yeah.
since year. We have received reports on the same persons over the past 2 years,
So
but it has
you will
increased.
let me know if you
So
can
we have
hear it, but
decided
this
to
is what we're listening to
see
right now.
how best we can get the evidence, which we did. And those two JPs were brought before the ethics committee at my office. We have an ethics committee that investigates every single report about the justice of the peace, no matter how simple it is or how serious it is. They are referred to the ethics committee, and then they would make their recommendations to me as a custody. So these two justice of the peace, and I would say young, they are young in terms of age, young in terms of their service. It is a very unfortunate that they were caught charging for services, because reports were received against them before, and they were warned because we never had hard evidence. So we couldn't take action against them, but they were warned, right? But they have allowed themselves to be caught, and the decision was taken to have them removed from office. I would use this opportunity to warn all justices of the peace to be careful. Do not charge for JP services. It's against the JP Act. It's not a criminal offense. It's not. But you can be removed from office instantaneously, right? Once you're caught charging for providing the services. I want to encourage all justice of the peace to uphold the integrity of the office, to abide by the act, the JP Act, and people need service of the justice of the peace. They do need services. So whenever you can help someone, please help. Don't turn persons away to say, boy, you don't have the time to sign yet, or it's a free service, so they must come back some other time. No, you knew exactly what you were getting.
All right. So one may wonder, one may ask, what's the purpose of this video? Well, two justice of the peace, persons of unquestionable integrity. That's what the act says. To be a justice of the peace, you must have unquestionable integrity. Well, these two young persons out of Manchester, they were removed or decommissioned as justice of the peace because it was alleged and proven that they were charging for their services. And why is that important? Well, persons who apply to become justice of the peace, it says that you are required to have unquestionable integrity. So certainly the custos and all persons involved, the minister and the governor general, would have looked at these persons and says they're of unquestionable integrity, and as such would never dare charge anybody for the services and the most sacred stamp of all. Because to be a justice of the peace in Jamaica would mean you're the highest and most authority on the land. It means your judgment and that which you exist makes you better than the plebs that walk among you. So if it's unheard of that justice of the peace would charge. But maybe the simple question is, in an office such as that, should we move to a place where, just like Notary Republic, you have to charge for your services, because no matter what, time is money. Notwithstanding the volunteer, maybe those are the questions to ask, especially when young people are put in a position such as that, to assist and give up their time, but have not pretty much been able to find other ways to compensate. Just a matter for you, but I use that as a marker of the moral fabric of the Jamaican society. Two Jamaicas existing at the same time, and the quality of persons who are placed in authority to pass judgment. Not all, and we're not talking about in a court of law, but certainly through the executive or wherever, and may at some point be the deciding factor as to whether somebody should be incarcerated, lose their liberty, or anything like that. But in a society where we continue to strive to perfect or improve our justice system, one wonders, where are we on that spectrum of human dignity, human rights, and respect for liberty? And how can we improve, especially when 10 things happen in the space? Here's the first thing that happened. So, um, maybe it was last year, salaries were increased for politicians and upper echelons of government and the state at large, while the persons on the lower tier, their salaries never made any much sense. And remember, to live as a human being in the world, as a society, what you're faced with is you're required to make 600,000 Jamaican dollars every single month to live on at the level of a human being anywhere in the world. So ask yourself at the end of the month, am I making 600,000? Because if no, then you're living below subhuman standards. And that's a conversation in terms of where we need to be to fix. But then fast forward to this year, there was some mismanagement with the budget, and lo and behold, a son of Jamaica has received a job offer, which he accepted at one of the highest financial institutions. When you think of patriarchy, the system itself known as the IMF, if your money low, you get F. I think that's what IMF mean, but I'm just putting that out there. Anyway, so I'm sure Jamaica is proud, because Jamaica is always proud when any Jamaican, if you are not nobody today and you end up on a spaceship and go to Mars, you're a son of Jamaica once you carry the flag. So when you are an achiever, they love you. So naturally, all of Jamaica love Nigel Clark. So big up yourself, the former Minister of Finance, who has taken a much better job and has gone on to greener pastures. Ha ha ha, pun intended. You get it? Greener pastures. Anyway, but then what happens is a daughter of Jamaica, who possibly is the most brilliant human being that exists when it comes to finance, is doing a very horrible job as the Minister of Education. So one would hope that that portfolio will be taken from her and she can sit in her rightful place as the Minister of Finance, because she knows nothing of education but everything on finance. But in the midst of all of that, we have so many things to correct or so many things to get right. One would understand that we certainly is caught in a dilemma, for lack of a better word, and hope that we certainly can fix that situation or scenario. What say you? That's how I think of the matter. So with all those things, and then Lexi always reminds me, and I think I'm gonna do it now, to fix the mirror on the camera. All right, there you go. Something just said, look at my phone, and I did that. Is that good, Lexi? All right. So, guess what's happening here now? Ha ha ha. Internet issues. Is that what I'm faced with right now? Yes. Camera out. Oh, yeah. Well, having camera issues and have no clue why. Camera is gone. No? Hmm. All right. Yeah. Back. All right. There we go. Yeah. So anyway, um, so in my mind, that was the thing. So we go from persons with unquestionable integrity, charging people to get a little stamp as a JP, get a little approval. We say whatever you have it. Somebody say, I said, I just bathed and now you're in my bed with me. Wow, amazing grace, how sweet thy sound. Why did I read that? Lexi Chow, I see you. Sexy Lexi, I hear you and see you as well. Big up yourself. Yeah, so that's pretty much what we are looking for or hoping to achieve, right? So as we continue to process, we're just gonna officially start the show, right?
It's all in life. Gotta keep your head up and keep it straight. No time for living a lie. Gotta keep it moving till you get it right. That's right. It's all in life. Gotta keep your head up and keep it straight. No time to be living a lie. You can make it if you try. No, I heard them say life much better you live it your own way.
All right. So getting into the meat of the matter, and if you just tune or if you just join in, you're with ISAT Context Matters on Reggae Global Radio, YouTube, TikTok, and Coda Network on Fridays. Now, the case of Shabadeen here. Why did I find it necessary to introduce or contextualize us to Shabadeen Peart? Well, in the Jamaican justice system, we don't always get it right. Just in case, when we juxtapose realities such as conversations about Jamaica being a high crime society and the need to lock up people. I'm gonna share something with you. I was sent on a wild goose chase this week. I call it musical chairs. And Lexi, Dawit, you would know all the lawyers, all the JPs, all the office managers that surrounds us when we are fighting for justice. I'm not going to say the young man's name, but imagine one day you being a good Samaritan, somebody breaks down on the highway and you decide to assist them in towing their vehicle. Whilst doing that, officers stop you and ask for your particulars. And we know it's a conversation that's being had now in the space about whether a traffic stop, what are the criteria for police officers to conduct a traffic stop, and do they need your permission? Can they just tell you to open your vehicle without reasonable suspicion that a crime is being committed? And the very well written judgment by Justice Batts that says that the police cannot do that. They have absolutely no authority to carry out illegal search and seizure where those things are concerned. Mind you, we have to also think about fruits of the poisonous tree and where that is in light of the Privy Council's failure to deal with the constitutional implications of illegally obtained evidence. Now, why is this important? Well, the young man, they decided that they wanted to lock him up and they put him on three ID parades. The fourth ID parade, they used police officers to pretend to be civilians and say that the young man, and positively ID the young man But you know, Jamaica small, so we know police when we see them, and we say, yeah, but you're police, and we're gonna do a ATI. Big up yourself, Mr. Rattigan, and we're gonna find out if you was working on the day in Kingston when you claimed that he was in Westmoreland. Anyway, that being said, them just changed their mind and said them nah bother charge him for that. But in the defiance and total disrespect for judicial pronouncement, after three court orders from applications for habeas corpus, the officers simply ignored it and did what they know best. Just remove them in like a thief in the night and kidnap the citizen and carry them to a different police station in a different jurisdiction to circumvent the authority of the court. So lo and behold, I do what I do best and I go tell on them with the judge. And when we tell on them, they start to run up and down and tell several lies. But anyway, to cut a long story short, the man was brought before the court and the lies crumbled and him all right now. The point I'm making is sometimes, in the absence of lawyers who really care and believe that a citizen, regardless of where they come from, uptown, downtown, black, I think I have to talk about the Chinese and the pretty color skin people, according to them. So let me talk on my black people. The abuse by state actors against black people, it's real. Um, it could be you, but human rights is for everybody. That is what is important. So no, I'm not throwing shots or I'm not throwing shade, and I'm not being dodgy, and I'm not acting as an author of delay or anything like that. What I'm trying to do is just to give you an idea that you could wake up one morning, decide that you're commuting, and while you're commuting, your life changed forever from a wrongful arrest, which can turn to a 13-year detention, to even being on death row. So, the case of Shabadeen Peart. So, here it is, a young man um, who was a security guard. Well, the deceased was a young man who was a security guard, and he was able to carry a licensed firearm outside his duties, and he was walking home from work on the night of May 14th, 1999, when he was shot and killed. At the trial, a witness testified that after hearing two gunshots, and listen to this, after hearing two gunshots, so them not see nothing. So Ivan Fargus, Turnbull, and Galbraith completely ignored. He ran to the scene and observed a motorcycle with the rider and a passenger leaving the scene. If Lexi was here, she'd say the pillion rider, the pillion driver, whatever. Anyway, as they passed him, he heard one of the men say, "My bun the boy." Like, who says that? Unless you're a burner boy. Well, his observation of the deceased revealed that his gun was missing and the cause of death was gunshot wounds. The cameraman earlier said, yes, but what didn't couldn't the autopsy determine? Yeah, gotcha. Anyway, listen. The evidence of the main prosecution witness was that she had seen the appellant and another man in her yard with firearms before and after the deceased was shot. So you see, in the Jamaican justice system, it's always the woman who usually is a lady of the night who live in the big yard, and anytime you don't give her no money, she's the best state witness ever. But anyway, that's a matter for you. The appellant was arrested and charged with the murder of Mr. Parchment, and his defense was alibi. So alibi mean you did it with somebody. Usually you're there with your woman and you know a dugu dugu, and so that's how she know that you were with her when the crime was committed. Anyway, the appellant was arrested and charged with the murder of Mr. Parchment, and as I said, his defense was alibi. The day after he was charged, he was questioned by the investigating officer. 63 questions were asked and his answers recorded. Their lordships made reference to the requirements of the judge's rules and concluded that there was a breach of Rule 3B of those rules. And this the lordships being the judges of the Privy Council or Apex Court. The board was of the view that the learned trial judge did not indicate in admitting the question and answering evidence that he took into account factors which would have had an impact on fairness to the appellant. At paragraph 30 of the judgment, their lordships opined this: they cannot be satisfied that the jury would inevitably have reached the same conclusion if the evidence of the question and answers had not been given. The trial might have taken a very different course, and the appellant lost the chance of taking advantage of that and the possibility which it might have afforded of succeeding in his defense. The board finds it impossible to hold that the result must have been the same if the evidence had been excluded. And I know you guys are familiar with Section 4.2 of the Judicata Appellate Jurisdiction Act, which confers the court the power to order new trials, and Section 14 and all of these things that go on. And we dealt with that extensively in the Sean Campbell matter and the Reed factors, and we had some new ones. So there is almost like the more things change, the more it remains the same. What I want to add though is this case is so weird because here it is a young man who was he was a porter at KPH working, and somebody died downtown, and he, like all the civilians, this is in the days when you never really have the cell phones and the BlackBerry where you just pop it out and you put everything on social media. But people used to go and witness, the aftermath of when a crime was committed. And he was pulled from his job. At the time, he was probably 18 or 19, and put into a question and answer. Now, there's a school of thought from some attorneys that when there's a question and answer, you must answer all of the questions. For there's another school of thought. I won't tell you where I am, but it's to assert your innocence. Because as far as I'm concerned, if you have to question me, you're not asking rhetorical questions. Therefore, you have the right to remain silent. And when people asking you things, you simply, and I will say this: if you are innocent, you assert that. Every question asked, you remind them that you are innocent because they want to use that information against you in a court of law. And as you could have seen, what is always central in our justice system, especially when the Privy Council reviews these cases, is that fair trial right is something that must be guaranteed. The Privy Council says that their lordships do this, they agree humbly to report to your majesty as their opinion that the appellant's appeal should be allowed and the conviction quashed, and the matter remitted to the Court of Appeal of Jamaica to determine whether there should be a retrial. And this was in 2007. Anyway, the court did determine that on the circumstances of this case, there should be a retrial. But just a quick guess. With all of this unfortunate circumstances, before I even give you guys the opportunity to have a conversation and listen to Mr. Peart tell his story, somebody just guess. Wanna guess who the prosecutor was? Anybody? Can somebody guess who the prosecutor was? A most unfortunate circumstance, a prosecution that led to a man being put on death row. Oh wow! If I had money, I'd have to give it away because everybody is guessing it right. Yeah, so usually when it goes to the apex court, you know how it go, and somebody wrongfully convicted. Anyway, let's move on. Clap yourself if you guessed it right. So the central thing is with this case, this young man went to trial on shaky evidence, the least, and um, he was put on death row. So he was given the death penalty. So the prosecution sought and succeeded in having this man put on death penalty with the hope that he would be put to death. Mind you, the last time that anybody was put to death in Jamaica for the death or given the death penalty or killed in Jamaica from death row was 1988. They simply can't do it now because the country is too poor and the rich countries of the world don't want the Negroes in the small countries killing each other by death penalty. So that's why there's no body being put to death. Mind you, I'm anti death penalty, but yeah, that's a whole nother conversation. But Lambert Watson was another case that went to the Privy Council, and it had to deal with the inhumane treatment, keeping somebody on death row, not knowing when they're going to die, and all of these things. And the Privy Council had caused them to commute persons who were on death row because of the inhumane conditions that remain and still is the same in Jamaican prison system. And what follows from that is the men who were on death penalty were resentenced and given life sentences. But one particular theme is even when a court finds you guilty is not the end of the matter. And I'm sure people would know by now that you fight and fight and fight until you get it right. Especially when you're innocent, you don't just allow the system to discard you. So that's really what has happened in this particular case. Now, without further ado, I'm going to invite our guest, Mr. Shabadeen Peart. And before as he makes his way, let me tell you something about the case of Shabadeen Peart. If you paid any attention, and this is to the law students now, if you paid any attention at all in law school, you would find real quick um, that you'd be surprised to know that this case, Shabadeen Peart, when I heard it, Shabadeen sound like you watch a movie, Aladdin or something like that. Prince Shabadeen. So I was like, Shabadeen Peart. Before I used to read what is called the head notes of the case, and it would be like Jamaica and everything. You hear Shabadeen Peart, you just automatically think there's a case out of Trinidad, especially when you're in law school and you're SWAT. But if it is that you experience or had a proper sojourn while in law school, you would have come across this case. So I know there are some who have never read the case of Shabadeen Peart, and that's fine. But without further ado, this case had seminal implications for the jurisprudence, and what mistakes does is to allow the jurisprudence to grow, and for us not to make the same mistakes, especially when it comes to the liberty of the people. The seminal question that should be asked, though, is what of compensation when the state, through no fault of the citizen, destroys the citizen's life? What should be the level of compensation, and should the state spend the rest of its life trying to put back on track or set right, Rooks and Bernard standard of damages, so that this person exemplary damages, so that this human being can experience picking up the pieces of a wasted 10, 11, 12, 13 years? These are the questions. So without further ado, Mr. Peart. Oh, people, my neck creak. Them did I try Obeah me, but it never worked. Go zoom them. Come around. Yeah, let's come around this way. Yeah. That them did I try, but it never work. It never work. You get me? All right, so Mr. Peart, this is your mic, so you speak into the mic as best as you can. Yes. We're having conversations. All right. Welcome to Context Matters. And people, you must tell me when they're not hearing me. I just want to say you're one of a handful of people that still makes me proud to be a Jamaican. Keep doing the great work that you're doing for the Jamaican people. Thank you very much for letting me know that I look good, and that I drink a lot of pure water, and I wear Adidas, and yeah, these things. Blessings to you. Blessings. Yeah, Mr. Peart, how you doing? Welcome to Context Matters.
Yes, sir. I'm fine, Mr. Buchanan.
All right. So I had a conversation with you, and it prompted me immediately to invite you to the show, to give you an outlet, to give you a platform to share your story. I'm of the view that nobody can speak on your experience as much as you.
True.
So I want you to start from the beginning, from your perspective, how that day in question changed your life and where we are today.
Okay, sir.
Go ahead.
Yes. So while on the 14th of May, 1999, I was working with a company named Lamasa. It's a porter company by the Kingston Public Hospital. So while going to work on a 6 to 2 shift, leave at 2 o'clock that day on the 14th of May 1999. So while leaving work, and I went home, signed out duty by the KPH, went home, reach home, they won't till probably touch on the evening, then we decide, say, all right, me and my girlfriend are go to the Carib movie by the show. So while we get ready and every little thing, them say a man die up the road. That's up the crossroad near where we was going to the Carib Theatre. While we up there now and them say a man die, we went and looked like any other citizen. Because in them time they have no technology like what they here now. So them say a man die up the road, you have a look to see when we reach and go up there, we go see a man die on the ground. We don't know who, the rest of people they don't know who. So we leave and go down back or sit down back now on this side. So now, by the way, we're gonna show a man dead near the movie where he was going. Some several jeeps come down, pass, went and go away back. And then a specific jeep picked me up and them said them gonna check me out. And from them said them gonna check me out, them said them gonna check me out by the Admiraltown police station. So where we live them that they have the Admiraltown police station add on with the scheme where I live. They carry me there. They asked me my name. I told them my name is Shabadeen Peart. They asked me my address. I told them 135 Charrington Park. I give them all the information. They asked me if I have an ID where I work. I said I work at Lamasa Company, Kingston Public Hospital as a porter.
How old were you at the time?
I was 18 years old at the time of my arrest. So while I'm saying about him going to check me out on the 15th of May, while in custody from the 14th of May, the 15th of May, they come for me and carry me to the crossroad, to the crossroad lockup. So there, that is where they have me. 4 days after that, the 18th of May, they come charge me for the murder of Mr. Delroy Parchment. I tell me, say, the man, the police husband, right, I tell me, say, you know that me kill the man, but me if you tell him who. So me tell him say me no know who because me never dead and me never see a who, me never hear nothing, me no know nothing. You understand me? So when me tell him say me don't know one thing, him come back and after them charge me the 18th of May now and while
So doing all of this, you had a lawyer for the question and answer?
no lawyer wasn't present. When I tell them say make I get the service of a lawyer, them say no, we can't bother with that. So them hurry up. So them kind of go for it one paper, 63 question and answers and then force me. So be intimidation, gun take out on table and button. Then the son, you don't know police operate because police are bad people, So nobody feel like when they're gonna deal with things, they're gonna deal with it like just now, man. So we didn't.
So I'm gonna make it correct that some police, because you have police that they do their job. I mean, some of them are my friend. Big up my PLO from halfway through, but yeah, go ahead.
Yes. While there now and everything, they rush me in a room and them said force me, beat me literally, jump me with the button on my side, so me to sign to the question. So I'm gonna sign to them, and then when them don't know, them carry me back and go put me back on the lockup. So
before you do that, so the questions you never get to read.
No, what they never get to read what them have because I was so fear like about 5 of them around me. So all of them have gun and button. So me never get to read nothing about me. I mean, at the age of 18, me don't even know my rights because I don't go to law. I never know my rights about nothing. So, but I know that for sure you're supposed to have an attorney there for to a question and answer. Somebody must be present. And they say, no, you don't need none of that. And then just rush it and just do everything wrong. So they even end up spelling my name wrong because my name is a 11-letter name. And then end up through them and move so fast, them sentence me in a 9-letter name. So my right name would have been Shabadeen. But then I would put it down as Shabadeen to the ears for them, So that was a 9-letter name, them sentence me and give me death sentence,
What was it like I wouldn't even ask you that. Was there any? You had a lawyer for the trial.
Yeah, I had a lawyer for the trial. The lawyer for the trial was, she was a legal aid lawyer. So she wasn't a lawyer that really, well, whether it was a legal aid or not, she wasn't arguing on the points then. But she's supposed to argue during that trial in court on, in front of Wesley James. The prosecutor was Miss Paula Llewellyn.
Who was the prosecutor?
Miss Paula Llewellyn.
Oh wow. Did you and they sought the death penalty?
Yeah, they.
What was the experience like for you when you heard that you might be put to death?
The experience was
Yeah.
me, I was saying to myself, say, boy, it don't make sense because I don't know me innocent, me don't know what me am I do, and them a tell me say she was saying to me, say I can make a mitigation plea before the trial, before they pass the verdict. She was saying to me, say I should plead guilty and I would get 12 years. And me told her that me not pleading guilty for a murder when me not do because
And this was even during the trial.
this
She
was
came
even
to you
during
to
the
say plead
trial.
guilty.
Yeah, she came to me and said that, and the lawyer, Mrs. Janet Nazareth, that was with her, came to me and said, we can make a plea too. So I said, no, me not plead. So true, me never plead guilty. Then find me guilty and give me the death sentence on the 10th of July because this trial really take 2 weeks, start on the 26th of June in year 2000. And it ended up finishing on the 10th of July. And on Monday, they passed the death sentence.
Now the witnesses that came to testify against you, you knew them?
Yeah, the lady that come to testify against me was a girl that lived on Ivy Road where my girlfriend lived. So she was like a lady that have about 6 youth. I mean, she know that I didn't kill nobody. She know that I didn't do nothing. She was just looking at money from the police officer. So the police officer just build a case and everything, and she just run with it and just because she couldn't say she come see me. So this first story was she come and say she hear when 4 man plan a murder. Listen this now. She hear when 4 man plan a murder in her yard. Then me and another man ride off on a bike. After we ride off on a bike and every little thing, couple minutes back, she said we'll come back in the yard and me I show another you the gun and I say, yo, this is how we take off the boy. Which is another gun. So remember saying no, we know. So during when the Netherlands did a crash question the thing and I
Mhm.
say, but if you see the man and plan the murder before them go, why didn't you call the police or so? Because you say you have a house phone at the time. So she said, so that's no, she get confused. So them find her tell lie. So me wasn't really worried. Even when we get that sentence, me never worry. Me not cry. Me just strong. I just put mother chop down. But me know me ever come a road with him God because it's who God bless, no man curse. God sits I look slow and me I tell you the truth. Me know to myself, say me no way. But when me I gonna know say there's a weakness in the case, and when the prosecutor come to me, Miss Paula and say we should plead guilty, make a mitigation plea, Mr. Peart, and you can get 12 years before parole. And we did make a mitigation plea and give me the death sentence and me appeal back to the Court of Appeal. And the case supposed to take 5 days to look through. It take 4 years and the Court of Appeal were looking through it because they were must something wrong. And then one day while on death row playing some ball, them same called me up there and said, my last of the appeal, said must come up here, go up there and then give me a paper, tell me said the last one. So we didn't waste the time again. I just appeal to the
Oh, they just came and told you that you lost the
that I
appeal?
lost the local appeal.
Who was your attorney for the local appeal?
Attorney for the local appeal was Miss just much years.
No, it's fine. I just was wondering because here's why I asked you.
Yes.
May her soul rest in peace. I saw Miss Nancy Anderson on their case.
Yeah, Miss Nancy Anderson was a human rights lady, but what really happened now, she too now was a downfall to my case. All of them. Why me say that? As a human rights and a justice system, them just cover up my case through my black, through me not have that. I mean, when you not have complexion, when you not have money, certain way, if I was foreign with it, this couldn't happen no time.
That's so weird. That's so you think. If you did their foreign, remember if you did their foreign. But now defend my justice system, but just know say if you did their foreign, you're worse or a black. And there are millions of stories that persons 40, 50 years wrongfully convicted, that DNA is releasing them now. So don't think that what happened to you is just in this justice system.
Okay.
Well, and I'm just trying to put things in context.
Yes.
But you went to the Privy Council.
Yeah, went to the Privy Council. So while at the Privy Council now, there comes the Lambert Watts ruling. So this is the 5-year ruling now that take off all these inmates of death row. Because them say this is an immune treatment if you have an inmate so long on death row. So them take us off and then put us like my A1 block, so security block now where we have life sentence now. But while this ruling did took place, we did have to go back to court. So when I go back to court, they end up giving me like 55 years before parole. But they never know that the trial were coming up at the Privy Council, because trial already did done appeal. So the trial was coming up. So while the trial was going on at the Privy Council with Mr. Stephen Leslie, my lawyer, the freedom prosecutor was a man named Mr. Guthrie. So Mr. Stephen Leslie and him now during the trial now in our background, we were successful and win the trial at the Privy Council. So so that is when now I get back a letter now. So they transfer me now from the Spanish Town Adult Correctional Center where the death row is, because death row only remain at one prison. The Spanish
Just where they actually put out
where
the
they normally
carry out the death row.
death row where the gallows is. So the gallows now is like where them have any and hear them carry.
You ever saw it?
No, I never saw it. But the experience of man who did it like 60 years, like Mr. Lloyd Grant, all of them man they was on death row when them a draw, when man go over there go kill. Me end up come a road back in the system before them man there. So the man that was wondering like when we do, how come we reach a road faster than them? And even when we book Mr. Lloyd Grant there, the man they spent supposed to 45 years in prison between death row and the grass. So the system needs to rearrange. When I ask for that, I mean, I don't study law, but I mean, I study certain things. But I know while me dead here, me I fight for my life. Every letter when me used to write on death row, when the Senate, I'm thinking post by the superintendent office, the word of them dash it away and tear it up. That was so the message not going out to if reach England, if reach Europe. So all that used to go. Me I tell the truth, Mr. Fair, I don't have like a phone. So
you had a phone?
Yeah, I have a cellular.
In prison?
In prison, yeah.
What was it, a Samsung or an iPhone?
No, it was a banger type.
Okay. Wait, you had a banger. What year was this?
This was like from 2000 come up, from me. Dead year, reach and death row. The first thing for the other child program now, your phone, because you realize say you post the letter then by the superintendent office of the institution, and they're supposed to post it. And these letters they were dashing. We were them when people send them back a letter from England, London, kind of time the lawyer said, send a letter, you get it? And I said, no. And to contact him over the phone, make him could have tell me, say, him send me a letter. So they used to tear up a letter upstairs by the St. Catherine Correctional Center. And they do that also by the General Penitentiary too. So what they do, they both keeping you down. Your information cannot move out and your information cannot come into you to make you really know. So in prison, if you don't, my mother was a good mother touch. My mother was always there for me. But mommy I know about certain things like about law and how to write this. But so while in prison, we used to do writing a lot. We even write for enough other inmates and make them bust them case and go home before we go home. Because we used to put pen and paper and write for other inmates like a lion. And when they look, them get back, reach or something. I mean, you should just help yourself. Someone can read, someone cannot read.
That's true. I know a guy like that once. He used to help people get free and he never free himself. So I'm glad you got free.
Yeah.
But something I want to just pause here to ask you about the prison conditions.
All right. The prison.
And let me put it in context.
Yes.
Was the death row any different from the life or just the prison just how is the prison? Let me not influence.
Yeah. I'm gonna make you know. All right. So the death row is a different form of prison from everywhere else in the prison. Why make sense? If something occur or whatever, the sections are locked down and try to lock down the death row, it made them first. Yeah, and so with the condition by and then you know get much time out when other inmates of the grass can walk or buy 2 bag of flour down there, so go to the kitchen go, so death row inmates don't get that opportunity. They don't get time for imparting family day, like if you keep a family day in the prison, your youth or your baby mother, we don't take part in them something there. So the only thing them days just like now man visit where you can just get a visit, or if you have somebody overseas coming, you will get a super visit. But normally, the whole prison needs to rearrange. The system is so wicked. You're looking at the prison, coming in the prison, you see them whitewash it. But when you come from a section where you bathe and use the toilet, yes or no, and you tell you, it's hard to survive. Because when we used to be at prison, we never used to eat prison food. If we don't eat prison food, the cup of food that them look for, me that dead in a 12 year, 5 day, my mother run for me. And last my mother through the system through 2019, but she come died. So we still did get back a chance to release, come back a road, and could have take care of my mother 8 years before she died in 2019. But my mother was a good lady, was spending some $20 million for me by my time because I used to get visit like 3 times a week. Visit used to run on Saturday, food visit, and Wednesday, big bag, you get the fruits, your woolly beef, your banana, your every typical thing now, them kind of change and thing. And you used to get like hygiene stuff on a Tuesday. Based on how your name stay, they build it in an alphabetical order. So my visiting day was like Tuesday for tissue, soap, and everything there, underpants and everything. But as I tell you, the system needs to rearrange. The food not looking about properly, then cook it in our big old copper pot. And I tell you something, 1 to 1 day prison now, and you know, a family for visit you. Me, that my mother could have visited me, but enough time when we get visited, me have to still help out other inmates because I can't live for myself. Because there's whole heap of youth there where their mother struggle to we can't come afford to visit them. So you get some food, you have other people, you see, say, you look on the section, you see 100 with it on the section. In 10 man now get visit. Oh, you have to do that. You have to fix the problem the same. So if 100 with it on the section and 30 man planning now get visit, and the next 70 I get visit. The next 70 we have to make up ourselves. Every man else eat. When you get visit, you get 300 pounds, you give a virgin one, you give another man the one, you give a man a scoop, you give a man a tissue. So that's how me used to conduct my thing. That is even where we even end up when we're there, prison 2009. That's how we know Andrew St. John. That's when we meeting for the first time and being out. Yeah. So most people that look up to me, by jumping to prison through a death row inmate. Them say, yeah, but death row man they run the prison. But all death row man they run the prison. When me jump a prison, we go to prison around like politics, PMP the one side, labor the one side. So you say, if you come from a labor area, the one that will carry you can put you on a PMP section and make them stab you or kill you. There's a prison isn't a joke thing when I look like we could change prison. We can tell it by making the inmate them live in peace, by doing make them see we are right and people are busting case. And I remember a youth look at me and said to me, say, yo, you're one of the foolish man I ever see in prison. I said, why you say that to me? He was a death row inmate too. Yeah, I call him name, Harvey Murray, give thanks. I'm still dead there seeing me. But anyway, Harvey Murray look at me and say, yo, we see I right for Bayman and them a busting case and you can't write out yourself. So when he said that to me, it's like, I sit back to myself and I said, wow, it's hard to deal with. But even when I write for other inmates, me always write for myself. My letter, them are some super letter when I have to write them like 11, 12 o'clock at night when the whole thing silent. Done, you know what I mean? And I'm not afraid to tell it during my 12 year. I mean, on my thing, a 52 cell phone, me get one in. On my record, that will show you how me deal with phone. As me lose one, I forget one. Because even if we in a system where we can't get on the word, we never get the justice. My mother come check your mother where I come. Enough time people drop them out of prison gate and dead. Some people don't know them things. They never say that. At Tower Street, under correctional center, people come visit them family, mother, come visit son and just drop them right the son dead. But while at GP, the while and death row, no, make sure wicked prison is the first man needs to kill himself in front of himself was a youth named Mark Watson, hang himself. Just come on death row and the youth has returned him can't take it no more. him innocent and this and that. And him just saying himself, he just get up one morning, the muster check our water for check your muster, so you have to move. Remember, you alone yourself on death row. When you're there, death row is a different place from everything. You know, located no man yourself. You're alone, get a single location. So you have Gibraltar 1, Gibraltar 2. So when the water check muster, when you even lay down, if you even draw your curtain and shift your curtain, you have to move your body. Because water will check a dead man at the muster. So, you know, by knowing about prison. But the system now, what them do now, them really check the people, them paint up the front, make it look like somewhere nice, make it look like the place that rehabilitate people. But no rehabilitation, no really they are prison to all both some of the water them to treat inmate. Because them bust up your head, beat you without a cause. I mean, me never really have certain problem with waters because when water say, go ahead, sir. Go on the cell. I'm like, enough time man have to go in himself with soap on him because the water mean lockdown time. So the study we tried everything during the
So
time.
you didn't have a toilet in yourself?
No, I didn't have a toilet.
No shower in yourself?
No
nothing?
shower in myself. What they do now, they give you a bucket. So but they build like a little pipe downside where everybody go use it, but not at the same time. So when you're on death row now, or them running now, them let out the wall at the same time. Them let out like 2 hours, 3 hours, and you go slap up and do the other. When the man they done, and come back then the next 3 go. I saw them dealing with. But like the rest of the prison just fly up one time. Yeah. So while my time I'm there, that's where we meet in Jack Taylor, them and enough other great people there, prison down. People that see prison, they say, "Chow, prison is a place where when a great you and then virgin, and enough great you there GP. Right now when we left there back, enough you there GP and Spanish Town where we used to them, some of them are ex too, some of them could they go see them, enough of them just last on the system. No parole now run on the system, no rehabilitation now run. Then now make more people can come on road and get to come to the prison, socialize with inmate and make the inmate them feel like, you know, something going. So this was the first youth Mr. kill himself in front of myself when we located Mark Watson himself. I was Jesus Christ, Mark Watson mother come out in the morning, because my mother always come visit me. Early I left town, can be visiting. So my mother would reach out at the prison gate like 6 o'clock. Every visiting day when she come visit me. Mark Watson mother were out there. So when she look for anything, the water come tell her, say, Mark Watson just don't hang himself. So you know my mother now start ball out there. Everybody will come visit with them family, start balling. I said, Jesus Christ, come like feed them family to and kill themselves. So prison wasn't an easy place. I watch enough man commit suicide. I watch a whole heap of man dead at prison. Both are different type of way. Man poison themselves. Man get different things. You didn't know so the bulbs said that them have in the prison those are poison. Where man usually just get the long bulbs them where you see in front of them Chinese shop there. The allergy one and break it, the powder where you see in it, and just take it and just poison himself. But several men do that. They're just tired of the system sentence them innocent.
So then let me ask you a question.
Yes.
And it's not not being the devil's advocate, but what prevented you from killing yourself?
What don't prevent
What prevented you?
Prevented me? Well, what prevented me now, I don't really do it now. Because when we look on it now, we say to myself, say, God know, my mother fight for me that way. Yeah. My old lady, you know, used to run a little business downtown. Used to say, whole pattern, chimney and plastic thing, everything when you go down Princess Street, that was beside her. So I say, my mother fight for me that way, my mother know me innocent. I know that her son is an innocent youth. Because I used to get my $900 when I used to work as a part-time. Every Friday I come home, I give my mother $450. Half of my pay. And $900 was enough money during 1999. I couldn't spend $900. I don't know how you calculate 900 now, but you know money not the use now. Because you get all $20,000 for the week, and you pay or 15,000. That can't do nothing now because things just get.
Yeah, cost of living high.
Time, you know, we could have gone and Mrs. Spin and get like $10 chicken back with dumpling. So $10 kind where you see now could have buy dumpling and chicken back and so $20 could have made me eat and drink for the night. You know, get chicken back dumpling and get a soda for $20.
No, you can't even buy chicken back. You can't even buy. Yeah, that's so true. So I want to go to the retrial aspect.
All right, the retrial.
Yeah. So Privy Council says fair trial right breach. The judges rule.
Yeah.
They rule treat and glad that you know your case, right? And they with the very question and answer that they beat you up and then they put it in.
Yes.
It said your fair trial right was breached.
Yes.
And we're sending it back to Jamaica to do the right thing. And what did they do?
This is what they do now. They, after them sending back from 2006, they remind me another year and actually in 2007, you know, when one time Hurricane Dean blowing. I you know what Shabadeen my name. When I went here and see
your brother come for your Dean come for Shabadeen.
I mean, you know, once Hurricane Dean blow and this was like a crazy thing happening and we see them come and say, Mr. Peart going to court. So in the first day when we faced for the court, that was in May in 2007, and I go back to court and say start going and retrial. So I go the whole year 2007, the whole year 2008, the whole year 2009, the whole year 2010. So this is when now them have the jury in this trial now them have own jury. So Miss Marvin.
So you actually went back to trial. Who prosecuted that case?
All right, the prosecutor was Miss I think Miss someone other Ketty something. I mean so much.
Miss Cathy and Pike.
Cathy and Pike or some other second in command to Miss Llewellyn. Remember say when the case is just tried, Miss Llewellyn never no strike, nothing. When she tried my case and knew what she had do, she was just a normal young worker. She never reached DPP level yet. So she does, you understand me?
Yeah.
So while they there now and Azome I tell them now say the we're up now with everything now. When we look on the whole part of the racial issue, I say, God, the lady and the church here. And look on them, you know, one day they slowly look on me, you know, and I just say, God, most you enough to do this. She looked at me eye, you know. I chose him a name, I can't tell him about brother. God say, you, don't worry, don't make them tell about plead guilty. Don't plead no guilty. Even my own liar, Miss Nazareth, come to me and say, plead guilty, take the plea deal. And I said, no, many think that is right. Because I remember now, why would I plead guilty on something
that you never do?
That we never do. Right. You understand me? So when we even realize now when the child started the process and it reached 2010 now, facing back Miss Marva McIntosh, Miss Marva McIntosh, look now, and I look to the case and I just see the error where they met and where I'm at the Privy Council. Miss Marva McIntosh, I said, let me tell you something. This case, Mr. Peart, I remind you about till 3 day time, come Friday. And Friday when we go, Miss Marva McIntosh just give me bail. But oh, me did ever get bail now, but we never get bail the same time. It's like, but them did do now, they did have like a little thing with them going in a jury room, 12 people, they pick some people. So they're going there now, and they beer nice from the corridor. So the next 10 until the next 2, so about 12 we say, we found Mr. Peart not guilty. So I say guilty. So that is where the jury come in, the unanimous verdict come in.
Right.
Well, me don't know if me don't remember about everything fully, you know.
But so 10 years,
after so many years, with me, if you still can tell it, from 1999, 2000 till now, that's 24, 25 years. So you know my memories, me not really, but I'm a good memories. Out of my brain, you know. So while that now, that's when now Miss Marva McIntosh realized now, and she said, all right, then come back then, because this is a 10 for 2 and the favor in the
all right, so I want you to pause for a second because we're at the 5 o'clock mark.
Yes.
And we're taking a break on Reggae Global Radio. So you see, while we're on the break,
yes,
don't cuss nobody because they're going to say,
no,
we never tell you to mute the mic.
No, sir.
You know, you have some struggler bloggers where them not nothing to do with them life and them say stuff like that.
True.
But anyway, we're not too say no. We just
that's right. It's all in life. Gotta keep your head up and keep it straight. No time for living a lie. Gotta keep it moving till you get it right. That's right. It's all in life. Gotta keep your head up and keep keep it straight. No time to be living a lie. You can make it if you try. No, I heard them say life much better, you live it your own way.
Come from Central Kingston. Yeah.
All right, well, I'm on them hear it, so talk to me. What you say now?
Yeah, so there was
Yeah, go ahead, man.
yeah, so there was this youth named Damian Turn Thomas now. And the system kill him. Me search sure water poison him. Yeah, and he died in 2019. Well, listen what happened. This youth was a young juvenile, reach a prison, have a lot of charges on him. Then he can't go juvenile park when they put him there, so he probably killed about 2 man. And that's a show you what happened.
While in jail,
While in jail.
he fight with two inmates and kill them.
And kill them, yeah.
Wow.
So anyway, we move him now and then I say, all right, since I'm juvenile and I do so, we're going to put him with a big man there. And him can't go central, him lock up and him kill man this again. So I saw them going to have him now in the prison. So when me chop a prison as a young youth, me and him I say, oh, Damien around the prison. This Damien, me I wonder, me I look a big man. I mean, look. That man look a short, like a humble, like a juvenile. And the man around the whole prison. I mean, the whole prison. I mean, like one at the time, me go to prison and man, I issued death on my life. Another man, they look and call him and say, yo, you can't stop the youth and kill the youth. You know? A juvenile, you know, just come and they told me, no know about where, una, whatever, the where me come from, them I say, man, that, it send somebody else go to prison. So, true, me come from out of the scheme there, then they don't want to stop me and kill me. And so make I know that they send youth around the world prison. The man said, no man to the juvenile. And that is when, and it's like youth there, and then the system treat the youth as if away, and the youth is a kill. I mean, them die now. But me and them in there and death row. And even in 2004, a man dead and death row, and me, them end up charged with them and them. Oh, I'm going to tell us, God, no, not never come out of the matter there. But a youth lost in life, and death row in 2005, Stephen Palmer, otherwise known as Ninja, come from a place named Montego Bay, and it does cause a whole problem in the prison. Mobile versus town war. Remember when we go to prison, go see man a war at prison long time. Man a dead long time because the state themselves, when they're going in, them say they don't receive, they receive a body back. So which simply mean when they go in, oh, you have to survive. You can't, if you're afraid of water, a man will stab you, kill you. Or make sense of water, you have someone that will search you. Search you, take away your knife, and when you go up the street, you see, you see 3-4 men stab you. And one heap of youth was a knife.
So he was in a war zone.
So he was in a war zone. But me and nobody directly, not really war. I mean, that's a couple you.
No, I mean,
normal, yeah.
So then here's what I'm gonna ask you then. How did you survive?
Alright, how me survive?
Yes.
No, under this now. I mean, by day into the prison now, I connect to everybody. What it means to connect to everybody. I mean, like these, you have A3, A1, A2. So all of these man we do life sentence. Some youth do 10 years, 2 years. Some youth get sentenced for some little small charge like a gun or
and they were with the same
yeah,
with the
yes,
with
so
the
them used to come at the death row fence. So them reason them say youth rich and oh I'm used to them say yo you here so they go around make yourself, you know, prison wicked, you know, you see you come and you come so now and you get a little 3 year and you do 8 month check as a year. 8 month check as 1 year. But when you go to prison, like more than one time, then check it as 9 months as a calendar year. So if you get 3 years for your come, you're going to do 3 8 months, 2 years, and come back and road. So one of the youths when come to society, them say, yo, I rate you, you know, I listen to you in a Shabadeen, because you're young youth, and chat back there, true, young man. When we go out there, but nah, do not cry. Me have a gun in my house, right, and me they go plan to kill people over there. Them as a prison change. Prison can't change people. Prison is a place to make you think wicked, evil. One day take like about 2 months in prison. You get up from morning and you look, you can't see evil in the dust, brother. Come the time just now move. It's like, brother, everything, you know what I mean? How me have to survive, me I tell you the truth. It's like me not there at prison. Me in there, you know, but I mean, me dead there.
Yeah, but your mind. Tell me where your mind was. So let me set the stage. So Shabadeen Peart is going to tell you where his mind was while his body was in prison. Go ahead.
All right. My mind was always on like my mother doing some writing, doing some reading of the books because them allow you for, more than the water come, I try to beg the water for buy a daily star for me, a daily observer. So we used to love read and write a lot. We want to try to know things. And so, that is all. So really dead here about my mind, dead. I always occupy my mind. Them tell me now, I'm on the show there and say, John, no juvenile, you breed nothing. So all in family they are keep and you can't get all a girl. If you come check you, there's a man laugh for you. So,
no conjugal visits.
Yes, you understand me? So when our family they are coming, if you're there in the prison, and they are there throwing you there, anywhere else can treat them don't make we take part in the family day. But you say if you're there on the grass and family they are keep, you have to get a girl come check in. Else a man, when you go up on your section, a man. Not for them. So when a man look at me and say, John Shabadeen, you not get na you. I tell him, say, no, I'm not get na you. So that is why I know say when we release and come back in the society, I feel must be happy breed something. That is our Neymar.
Neymar,
but yes, Neymar.
So is Neymar your favorite soccer player?
Yeah, not well.
Neymar. Name your son.
Yeah, because Brazil is my team.
Okay,
I mean, if you even listen, an interview when we did even have thing the show, RJR, Balancing and Justice, you would realize Brazil have a team. So it was Jamaica, most of it is Jamaican.
So you need to take off. You need to take off the Jamaican football jacket then.
Football, no.
Because you big up Brazil. It's alright. We know what going still. So
majority Jamaicans carry Brazil. Yes.
No. You got released what year?
All right, I got released in 2011, the 20th of May, in the Home Circuit Court on bail. So I was released back on bail, coming around on bail.
So you were going back to court while on bail?
Back to court.
When did the matter finish?
The matter finished in 2012. So when I released on the 20th of May, I used to live in Montego Bay, a place named Cornwall Court. So a lady bailed me out named Jacqueline Reed. So while she bailed me out, I was living in Mobay. So I have to leave in Mobay, coming up to court, and leave in Mobay to and from, come up every minute to get to Miss Arlene Harrison when the case was finished, because I spent actually about 4 years in Mobay, while then around Corey them to the artist Mary Tyler, who died. So me was one of Corey preaching, so we used to write like, if in the prison, you have some talent, so, we put tune on and give Corey, and him the artist, and him look through it and say, this sound good, and use it and thing. Yeah, so, but Corey lost his life in 2015 at a casino. So, but we did come up and leave Mobay from 2014.
So the matter that you, after the hung jury, they put you on bail.
After the hung jury,
and then they were trying to try you again.
They were trying to try me again. So when they realized they would go forward to a day in 2012, and they said this is a no case submission, Mr. Peart, the judge just said, you may go. This case is no longer a matter, and we may go. So while this far and a half year go to and from a come up, that's when I was to know the case don't know. So that's when I come into this Arlene Harrison as the public defender
at the time
to get some help. Win the case, so I try to gather up things if you make we can get a compensation. And them say if you get a compensation, you have to get it to the public defender. So she was a public defender. But when we used to go down there now, down at the public defender now, that's when we realized that the system is very, very wicked, because you were supposed to be protecting me when we got it. You are smoke cigarette, you are cuss bad word, you do all type of things. So it does end up turning up. So what them do now, while out there now, them say now, remember release 2012, the case done, So they bring up one thing named statutory of limitation.
Statute of limitation.
When them say now in a 2018 now, when after me done a try how much year on top of year, months on top of months. You see the 2018 when me and one bridge in drive on them I say the limited of statute
which is 6 years.
Which is 6 years. And me not have no compensation to get, but here what them do now. Them lock down my birth certificate third. So since last year we get my birth certificate. So all this time release on their road, 13 years out from 2011, and never have a birth certificate. but they gave me an ID where like we voting I want, we could have a vote, but me not vote, me never voted from the band. Who win? I mean, that's just me. So.
But so if you have to vote now, who would you vote for?
If me have to vote now, me.
Think good before you answer that one, you know.
Yeah,
You see the color, yeah?
Yeah.
You see?
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah, man,
Tell them who you have to vote.
Yeah, man, you understand me? But if me to vote right now, me have to vote for the person that is gonna make Jamaica a better tomorrow. Because what reach me, think about some other you, think about my son we are growing. Me no want this come reach nobody else. Files imprisonment, a man just go and murder. You just take him and just give that sentence, you just sentence him.
When you see that Shabadeen is a politician, him not answer all no, you know. So
okay.
which party?
The orange one. The orange still. If we would make a vote, I would vote for the orange color. Why? Makes sense. And Michael Manley them said under my mother thing was one of the best government. Michael Manley never make people hungry, and under this government no. People are hungry like dear, even me myself hungry box me. Sometime when I strong me not pick up gun and go do certain thing youth and try to rap people forget it because remember when you're out in the society now you now get a job after them sentence and do what them do and then release about you remember me not have a bird people so if we go look at bird me not have a bird people go there so until my friend get the bird people last year we have to buy from the RGD. So them both lock down your documents then when them don't know. That's why the majority craftsmen say statutory of limitation pass like I never did. To go down there in front of Miss Arlene Harrison, she go in one cabinet, something, write up something and take out the next thing you know. Me I wonder what one, me I wonder what Miss Llewellyn tell her what. Because no, true, because me I say, but if you were to defend me, and the same way with Nancy Anderson, them send me out as a human rights person, then bring the human rights of the Jamaica. Not justice, not the inner system. Right now, a doggy that she said, they don't born rich, youth.
But well, you have to put that in context, because me is a human rights lawyer.
Yeah.
And me help people with the Constitution. And teach them about the Constitution. So how that gonna out?
All right, now I'm gonna show you this. A man like you know, he's 1 in a million.
Change the battery.
I said this to you. He's 1 in a million. You is a man that come like God big up to Mr. Churchill Nita. I said this to you. No, Mr. Nita was the first lawyer that tried this case. Him get older now, him not doing law again, to get so old. But Mr. Nita first come forth. Chairman of office, Miss Nita, Miss Valerie Nita, Miss Anita, and some other lawyers. Bert Samuels, enough other lawyers sit down with me and reason with them. We used to have like lunch around a thing, and you know, they reason with me and them say, you not tell a lie. The government deal with you bad. They need to give some compensation, something. So because my mother spend millions of dollars, this will lose a lot too. You understand me? When me are going in prison, me have a house is a 1 bedroom, and by the time before me go in prison, me had a 2 bedroom and a veranda. You know, farm could have reached in life and I take 12 years, 5 days out of my life that are 4,000 some days out of my life. Oh, if I look on 4,000 some days, like I look at $4,300. Yeah, man. You understand me? So the system just mash me down, wreck my life. I'm strong because most of the youth them were released and come around from 2011, 2010, them dead the same year. So when a man can release from death row and come on their road and I go through 13 years without me and the police can hold me say them want me for this or them want me for that. Because how me know my law, you know. If the police say want me Shabadeen Peart, me attorney myself. Then if me know me no do something, me no need to run up and down on you. But if me know me do something, I definitely know say, you understand me, that's the difference. I'm a human being. So I have reason it. So, you know, we really have now. There's a lot of people that come along, even on the YouTube. I was watching YouTube there and Andre show, and when we call Andre, and there's a lot of people in the comments that bash me. I say, my son dead, my son alive, going to school September morning coming. So people will do things, come on board, say bad things, boy, but we have to still go through on this world. So right now, my biggest fear for Jamaica is the system have to change. And me now start try till me get some compensation because them owe me an apology. You owe me compensation because up to now nobody doesn't come to me and make an apology to me. Tell me, say, Mr. Peart was sorry to give you a false impression.
Who would you want to come and tell you sorry?
Who would me want to come and tell me
Yeah,
sorry?
yeah.
The Attorney General in this field and the Prime Minister and the Governor General, all of them owe me an apology. Remember, this case is a presidency. Me not even didn't know say my case so big, than how me think, And when people see me and say, the other day, me say a judge, and the judge say, Shabadeen, Peart your name? You sure? Are you? And say, say I study law about you. I was so amazed when the judge was sit down in our chief, in our thing, tell me that she study law about me. So, but I'm about other police officers all the while over the island. When me the reporter, Freeport Police Station, Montego Bay, one day over 6,000 officers come by the station that day. I can't forget. Everybody wanted to know Shabadeen Peart. I was reporting to the Freeport Police Station while living at Cornwall Court. You understand me? So, yeah. So, as I tell you, say, in enough farmer fields, anywhere you put me, me have time to deal with people who do business, people who think like how me I think. I think to make a dollar, because I have a family. Me never did have a family from before.
But you come out and you get a youth, because you say you have to get a youth. Yeah, and now you have to take care of Neymar.
And now I have to take care of Neymar.
But here,
now Neymar I miss school. What if I did?
Hold on. So this is what I want to know. What is your skill right now?
What is my skill?
Yeah, after being released in 2012, that's about 10 years now you've been free.
After being released, after so long, the skill right now, if you put me in a tractor operator, in an excavator for operate it, if you put me can do building same way, casting, mixing concrete, me can dig foundation, me alone can build a house. I'm in a need a second right now. If me have the tools and everything, I just learn, I just work, we go around people go work on site and just catch her and see what the trade man them do. See how them do that, see how them do that. So yeah, we can build my house, we have every material and everything. Yeah, so that's my little thing because I never really did get to finish school. When I start out of school from 13 years old, I start out of school 13 years old. I live in a PMP year and school and I go there West Kingston in a GLP year and there were war going on election in 1993. So some set of man just come up from the school and say, so who live? Some GLP man come up from the school and say, so who live up so? Don't come back down here, so. And he said, who will stay down so? Who better stay down so? And we just come home and they understand the medicine and go back to school. And from me, I go back to school, I learn another skill, fridge work. That was my first trade too. One a man named Mr. Henry, where I work at Linda's Road. Now we have a whole heap of old fridge at Linda's Road when I pass, right in front of Deeds, the Unipet gas station. The man that learned the fridge work. So when we done and left, a master fridge work, and Mr. Henry now send me one day and said, go and see if you are learning Juvenile. And there on him 6 months and said, go and gas up a fridge. And he give me tool and said, gas it and everything, blow up condense and gas up and put a work and freeze up and everything. Me and Mr. Henry used to put the back fridge back. So I'm turning in a brand new fridge back. So as a youth growing up, you can live in an era, you're not really take part in crime. You want to do. But when me in a life, you see a man easier for help, most of them that they are trouble. But them do, a man you see a suffer as a youth, and if you tell the young one to start, if now look for him and say, yo, John, you say, man, that we come this now and we give 100,000 and we do it, and I say, John, you want I even say 20 grand, but turn your hand downtown. You, if some, may tell some, my mother used to use $1,000 and make life. And Jordan should never broke back in life.
So then,
And
what
it's
you
true.
so what so
With me now,
with you
if
where
me
you
get a
need
start,
what
no.
you call a start?
If me get a start, whatever money we get right now, we say, okay, now, me would have turned that into something. But people not understanding. You know, so me they go up on Andre show. Me will tell you this now. Go up on Andre show.
As in Partner TV?
No, not the Partner TV yet. It never be Partner TV yet.
Okay.
But we do a show with Andre. Andre come check me. Give me about some other people did send him about $100, about 2 years hard ago. And he meet me at the seed that grow this up and he give me money. But anyway, I'm gonna do a show. Let me tell you something. Sometimes they may not get no dirt people, not that type. But remember, say, when they get all them come on, they still have to turn and do two the combine and send them, still have to eat and drink and fight. So during all the come on, we get it lasts for like about 2 years and half, yeah, balance.
$100,000 last 2
Yeah,
years.
no, I mean like
Yo, my neck creak. Hold on.
me a hustler for it. So we go out town, buy up something, supposed to rain a fall. No, never show you know how quick it is. Rain cannot fall, no, we go out town. You know, 20,000 rain a fall. You know what I buy? I buy some umbrella and two raincoat. It's something free, so I buy the amount of things we can wear. If there's rain time, I buy a raincoat and that. If rain the other time, you can turn by the market, the coronation market, and you buy some cheap onion and some cheap tomatoes and you bag them out. So
Me not tell you like if I had the number for the Prime Minister,
yes,
me would have call him and tell you to make you Minister of Finance. Me want to know how you make $100,000. How you make $100,000 last for 2 years.
Yeah, well, really good at now. It was just like doing a little buying and selling each time and just you know, really, I just kill my skill through me. It was a money day of prison and me know say, no, me never in a society. So when we did get that little start there and then we put in there now, we did just take time on a picture. But remember, say, me have some people they promise me now, so they never send me books and them are. So none of them never send me books, so me have to end up buy back. Them are books, them and them are thing. Them. It's not like now where have Mr. Bar with that whenever time them are going to school, so in books them covered by Mr. Bar, Dr. Bar.
Dr. Bar is doing that?
Yeah, it's Dr. Gregory Bar. So his father did name Dr. Kenneth Bar. He was a politician that died. But Mr. Bar is a pastor now. So Mr. Bar, since we meet Mr. Bar, he never met my son run out a book. I have a bookstore, a library, thing store.
That is great news. So for you, for a start, how much money you would need right now for a start, for turn? Like what you want to do? Yeah.
Turn like what I can do. Well, we're talking about if the government giving me something or just, just
to the cameraman.
If
the camera.
Yeah. Well, right enough, yes. And we get 200,000 right now, a 50, a 100, anything we get because you cannot do what people have in their pocket. You know, you cannot demand from people.
No, it's not a demand. You know, remember.
Whatever we get, we have to use it. You know, you ever hear your mother teacher say, use your hand make fashion. So what you don't left nothing with somebody, you know. When we tell us the greatest person to me, you know, she died and gone. No, if my mother was alive, I would not even need I couldn't hungry because in our old days, if you had the last she said, wash belly, go and take it. Because she knows.
I tell the people on TikTok to send me 2 lions. I won't leave money that, you know. When me ask them, not really give me, but them, I saw them are some broke pocket people on TikTok. But sometimes you have to say, yo, tap up the screen. And you tell them tap up the screen and share the live and send you 2 lions.
Yeah,
so you can go start your business.
Yeah.
Which they were dead with laugh.
Top up the screen, share 2 lions and send it, you know.
Since they never give you that, never give. Say right now, top up the screen, today. Yeah.
No.
And then you have to tell them, I'm so demure, very classy, need some money. See? Into the gift that I go.
Yeah,
all right.
Yeah, man, exactly, man. So, you know, when we look back now, I'm going to show you how in the art for run the country. Now, as a prime minister, as a minister, you have to consider about other people. You have to go in at the garrison. We see all the places like prison, the prime minister then you have go in there and know the inmate them one by one. Enough man last of the system now, you know. One man where you just see me to come out, where them a tell you say, spend 50 a year, spend 27 a year in break a glass, spend 27 a year, but when he release, them will give him like $9 million. This man was a man where nothing spend 27 a year in prison, you know. But them end up having the dream last on the system. When you know nobody visit you, you will last on the system. So that's a different from when you have somebody that visit you and follow you. So then we take you, carry you from Spanish Town, move you from Spanish Town to GP, move you from, and you're from
I was telling
there.
them that earlier, so they tried that with a young man
Yeah.
this very week.
Yeah.
They had him in Westmoreland, they had him in Manchester,
Yeah.
they came to Old Harbour, they came to Portmore, they came back down to South, they came in one fireplace in Westmoreland and then bring him back to South to hide him from the lawyer.
Yes.
And a judge track him down.
Yes.
See this.
So the system still doing that. So there's a lot of man now in general penitentiary, 2 to 4 Tower Street, that is last in the system. The Attorney General, the Governor General, these people need to do that. The youth and their prison need parole. There's some talented youth that there. The youth them not getting a parole. The parole system is just like an ambush. So what you know, you reach 25 years and them say if you do 25 years. And when you reach 70 years, them no more still ready yet for you. So we have to fix these problems. Because these youths are there, some of them they get youth and them son and daughter grow big, pass through college, do this and that, and you still don't know. You understand me? You can't see your father come home, you say you're ready. But the next few years, what me ever tell them are when him go to high school. Because my son go to college, you know. Because I done so him about.
Where you want him to be? Where you want him to be?
When want be, you know, so I'm not telling lies. A pilot me want be, but I'm going to tell you something. It's upon him career there, the picture them sent
you see, he was a police. I was going to share it, you know, because he was a juvenile.
Yo,
he want to be a police.
He want to be a police, he can't bad boys. So how we are going to deal with that problem now? So one day, I'm going to grow up, and I'm just 6 now, I'm going to be 7-year-old, the 15th of November. So when he grew up and he start by high school, and somebody said, yo, your father did there in prison. I mean, I'll never explain anything to my son. Never try to fix this with him, So we need the government, the Attorney General, everybody that in place. We need, you know, brother, don't act like you know out there and don't know the case, Mr. Prime Minister. And know you know the case because the case is a presidency where every police, every lawyer during this time study about the case. Them study about it at Trinidad Park. Them study about it at the school, everywhere. I mean, never know some my case big. So right now, we go to some police see me and say, you have one of the biggest cases in the world. Beg your money, you know. Mr. Shame. When the officer see me and say, yo, beg your money, Shabadeen. I mean, say, John, I'm broke. I don't have $100. Oh, that. I mean, just think about it. Maybe if you have care house like any other city, you know, brother. Remember, you know, brother, me not killing nobody, you know, after they realize now that them do wrong things and them try to force people to plead guilty, but never plead guilty. Here what them do know, them go to the woman and say, frustrate you out. Listen, you know, say, me go down one place, my mother dead, and go down one place and tell me to come down there. So then they'll get some money towards our burial. So we go down there. Brother, somebody tell me say somebody come there and collect the money already. I swear to you, brother. So you see, these things, the system does all out for Shabadeen Peart. Imagine me living in Jamaica and at 1 year time, I just get my birth paper.
I hear you say that, but there's there's a aspect, and your on context matters, and we must always try to put things in context.
Sure.
What are you doing individually to rise up above your circumstances?
Right.
You have think about the answer, but I just want to tell you something. You have a very powerful case. If you're all law students have to study Shabadeen Peart. Your story is Netflix worthy. Your ability to be sane, your ability to want better for your country.
Yes.
All of these things.
Yes.
I noticed you never said anything about stigma, so nobody's calling you a murderer. Nobody's treating you bad like that.
No, nobody's really treating me bad like that. But if like you go somewhere to really like look a job or something and then look it up, like you give them a name and then look it up, and that's what they really do now. They look it up and check back in name. And so, oh, you convict already. Oh no, so that's what reaching most of the
Oh,
youth.
so you're experiencing
So
stigma
I've
then, yeah.
experienced that way. But what I want the system to do, whenever time an inmate is releasing, give him a job, make him come out, can do in a job. So you see, this man releasing now from 2 to 4 Tower Street and he don't have a job and you give him a job. If him go there and him steal something in him need to face I mean, if you understand them.
No, I hear what you're saying, but me and you gotta argue it out now.
Yes.
Why should the government reward prisoner with job when you they're road and can't get job? Why should we treat people who coming out of prison as a special class of people when I know nobody said you go to prison for go mess up your life?
That is true, but at the
just
same
asking.
time, no. But at the same, yeah, you asked a good question, and I'm glad how you asked that question too. So we have to break it down and share it down 2 ways. All right, half of the prison is there. The prison bill for all 600 man, but says about 2,000 inmates there. 600 man is bill for all them have 2,000 inmates there. Say half innocent and half guilty. Go there. All right, the half innocent and go there. Me believe in a say if them are releasing back there. Fine, if you're right, but when a man would have got some woman him doing crime, when a man doing crime, you know, him not worry about nothing, you know, catch him doing crime, him know everybody willing to pay him time. So he do not case like, oh, if me did kill this man now, if me did kill this man now, with them charge me for now, they'll write parchment with them, they send me to prison for. You know, I wouldn't feel no way. I not even would have even come at this. Well, you know what make me feel away because my mother dead and gone and passed because you know you're innocent, brother. You don't do the thing. Think about it, make Mr. Prime Minister put him on my shoes and go around this morning and police just come charge him, say do something. And I know you did or your son or your daughter. Just think about when I say no, you cut me by in our life. You used to say for KPH. You know, so during the Zeke's incursion, I used to go on when gunshot about come out, dead body are coming, me up on duty, every kind of merchants, it just KPH. Me understand everything I've saved in a life. Operating theatre, sometimes I have double shift to do. When we don't work 8 hour emergency cars, them call me for come first for operating theatre, because less staff they're there. So these are money do a double or triple. Can't you live near the hospital them time. So I did live like Anatown and the hospital there. So,
you answer the question. So individual, I'm sharing with you.
Yes.
Would you believe that sometimes when you read the comments, even myself, remember, you know, I leave prison.
Yes.
10 years. You say you do 12.
Yeah,
You do 12.
12 years,
You do 12. Yeah, me do 10.
Sure.
And you become a lawyer.
Yes.
And when you read the comments, sometimes some people who them barely, some of them don't finish school, them tell you say you're a convict. You shouldn't be a lawyer.
You should be.
Right. So there's a thing with stigma that you have to rise against.
Sure.
There's expectations, or you should have no expectations. You shouldn't even want an apology from any attorney general. The attorney general don't care.
No,
the governor general don't check about the prisons and exercise his power of compassion and prerogative of mercy. They don't even when you tell them that they give you a bucket. Inhumane treatment. They don't appreciate this. So for yourself, through this whole conversation, I want to tell you, my brother, I hear you.
Yes.
I know the experience.
Yes.
And can say to you that it is your responsibility to take up your own life.
True.
Especially as a son of Jamaica.
True.
Where majority of the persons are living a hard life.
True.
Some of us we mask it well.
Yes.
Your experience, which you should never have to go on through.
True.
I could apologize for you, but my apology is one from a place of empathy and compassion.
True.
In many of these programs, I would have said to people, you know, where mental health is concerned, we don't get the therapy that we need to be able to move on. So you go through, I hear you speak passionately about the hurt and the trauma that you went through. And Yeah.
My mother had
And
spent millions on
a
me. I
dollar,
mean,
right? And you
all
appreciate
her
that.
life saving. Yeah, and I
Mm-hmm.
appreciate it because you see, God released me back. Maybe could have come take care of her 8 years. And you see, the funniest thing about it, my mother never asked me for money. You know, she begged me when we come back from prison.
Not
She
to
tell
go
me,
back.
no, not to go back. She tell me, say, give me a grand before I
Short.
chose.
Yeah.
And I did breathe something and gave her name art. So, you know, I
Yeah.
mean, that's all she asked her. But within her time, her last words or everything, she always saying, the Shabadeen, the system is wicked to you. They need to
Compensate you.
compensate you. Yeah, and we believe that this is 13 years, this is a perfect matter. All right, listen to this. One morning I was watching the news and here comes Mr. Peter Champagne and Smile Jamaica. That was last year, January. And while in Command Panel, they were talking about the like a payout where he must say, like he must say, them the must. Give me a compensation because through the time has passed and the statute of limitation and this and that. Yeah, so wow, really champagne, yes. But me and this is still
In relation to your
in
case?
relation to my case, because I don't know who tell him to come on the program and say that on Smile Jamaica TVJ with Simon and the lady accosting him and I said, well, this young man got through a lot of time and he must need to compensate it. And him say, yeah, well, them know so them to do something for the youth. So him still I tell you, as a lawyer, Mr. Peter Champagne, and then I said, no, the youth supposed to get money. But two of them are used the statute of limitation that pass. So they might try to go in, but the statute of limitation when they might use to pass. That wasn't my fault.
So what I think, here's my take on
Yes, sir.
legally.
Yes.
And this is a show, right? So although I'm a lawyer, I'm speaking as a host who know a lawyer who would do particular things.
True.
I think the Constitution at Section 19 said has been,
Yes.
is being,
Yes.
and is likely to be breached.
Yes.
I don't think there's a statute of limitation when you assert
Yes.
that there's a breach of your constitutional right.
Yes.
Not just your fair trial,
Just
right?
fair trial.
The delay that
Breach.
came with it,
True.
your human dignity,
Yes.
the trauma that you were
Yes.
to
The
be
job
placed
where
on
we
death
used to
penalty, right?
Yes.
So I think that in terms of exemplary damages and what the
Yeah.
state has done to
Yeah,
destroy
man,
your life,
state woman more than right now,
there can be
millions of dollars to state woman.
a conversation, but
Yeah, because
the
right now,
coppers,
I tell you, you know,
yes,
you see, from 12 year, 5 year, you know, so the state woman more than $900 million worth of loss. I'm just saying, why am I saying that? I'm just show you. You know what it's like when you give a man death sentence. If any did that go on, I would be dead. You know? If them did a kill man, you know. And what them do to me, you know, as we go in first, you know, and reach there, you know, then take away my jacket suit, you know, and give me feed them prison bollocks, you know. Then when them take away my jacket suit, me now reach from the section and I ask, I say, you know, so my clothes when I come in, my good clothes, jacket suit, when we get sentenced, you know, so them take it from me, and the man say, you, and the jacket suit, they have a berry inner. Yeah, and the man tell me same day there when Walter man a hang and no him can't left prison. So me don't know when the system have a fix. And Jamaica land, brother, I love Jamaica, you know. I love my country, you know, Bridget. We never do certain thing where it's wrong yet, you know. You know much time you go up on the road and disputes. Me not have much, but if me a pass now, I'm to to somebody in a dispute, and it's $1,000, and it's $500, right? If you give it 200,000, I'm not dead. Fine. Me just tell you, me not rich. Me not nothing for carry, but you have to learn to can solve issues, even things when it benefit you. Mr. Isaac don't know me, me don't know you, don't know. You understand me? But yet still, you just take that time out and step to me thing and show that interest. So me believe in I say, as some things when you do interest on me and whatever and money come to me believe say if I evil. 60% for you and 40 millisecond 40.
Wow.
Yeah.
You get,
No.
don't bribe me, Mr. Shabadeen. But no.
But we'll sign to that. Why it makes sense? Why you have to look and say, you know, remember say, you know, they will try to do what they want to do, you know, and just have it under the carpet for years, you know, and here comes somebody, you know, where I go push this thing. So money is nothing, you know. My mother, he tell me that my mother, you know, Mandiv rich. My mother is from Mandiv. A place named Napatrick and Janza, Michael. and this where them say was the richest community in Jamaica before. Them say Mobile now becomes the richest through the game or whatever. But Mandeville was the richest place where people. And my mother was from there, and my mother lived there, so still couldn't take my father license because my father get more. I want for you, my father get. My father used to breed world for woman, and so brother and sister, with them. Them their family, they even know them. Family they are prison so long, and the wickedest thing, I was showing my brother and my sister, they never come check me at a prison. That's my mother alone visit me through over 12 years. So that's simple show you. Because some of them, they do what they even know, so their brother sentence and then so I want to you understand
Yeah.
because you know grow up with them one side with the one side. But you know, we believe in certain things they can make it and come true. But the government have to fix this and it have to fix Shabadeen thing because we need help. This is not a joke thing, we need help. Every day people say me, them say me look fine. I'm probably in a crib, or in a something. And people look at me and say, General, you the always clean and them shave up. So then you know whether they are suffering. And that people who are if you
Suffer.
tell me, people are if you suffer. People are if you come to them, come say, Jesus Christ, make it look rice, make it look farm, and then gear. Them cuss it. Brother, if you want to say you stay, I don't want nothing for you. He's a man can hold my hungry for 30, 40 days. You laugh and think that's joke.
Wow.
30, 40
Wilderness behavior. We can't even do it out. 3 hour past I'm gonna get little KFC. I go dead, oh God. So okay.
Oh, you're hungry, brother.
I just said 30, 40 days. You see this man come back context matters with him Jesus behavior.
You bring that one
Without
oh, a man finna eat for 30. But brother, I'm gonna teach you something now.
Teach me, man, because I hear you, but I not listen.
Alright. Look on it now.
Yeah.
I'll show you something. What I'm 30 days, what a hungry rebel got you. But that's not show you. 10 days, 5 days, but that's not show you. You know, oh, you have to go through that pregnant day. You have to fix it like every day there's a big pot of chicken cook in my mind. But I tell them you're hungry is a shame. But I have to put the mind like the food is on the table. So, 2 minutes think about the food and we might read some analysis on belly just full dark coming and preach. I'm hungry, I'm really hungry for you. Because the mind, you know, have a lot to do with the heart. If it's really like a language, yeah, just there, so now, pray now, pray about the drink, about your thirst. And once on your mind says, you know, I'm thirsty, and you see the water, you have to step to it and go drink it. Fine. I want to be understanding me. So your mind connect with the heart and with the body it work with. But oh comes a man finna eat with some of them style I know used to teach you from prison. Why it makes sense? The food that them a look for, don't clean. No. Brother, mash it up. Brother, from me know myself, me a 43 year old, I never drop down it and sick, you know. Me never was sick myself from a farm. I'm come see my mother live till she was 90 year old. When she died, I never sick. The first time she sick, I die, she die. So my family, them are long live. My family, and my family will live till 110 years old. And these people are people who not me tell you something. I'm going to teach enough people what they don't know. This line me tell you. So when you're sick, don't. You see if you can avoid doing to go to certain doctor about your thing, you're going to mess up yourself. You see, no saying my father them time in Manchester, bush them needed. When you see them, you say, pick a bush them. Do this, do that. So we grow up with that context. So, you know, me not take medication. Right now, my head hurt me. You'd never see me go buy a pain pill. When me burn, me not take the pain tab because never. When me sick, me just know so that bush them, me figure boil and drink. Brother, me tell you, every bush where you see is for a reason. Just believe me, brother, but you will go to the doctor and one sickness and wait just like you develop 4 more.
They must be gonna hear 4 new ones. Yeah. When they give the medication, it says may cause cancer, and even death. Take up your own risk.
People going there and dead and then they think them exercise. Because when they play ball, come on, I'm still playing my ball. I love my ball, you know. Shevard Thomas, we see. We used to captain Jamaica, the national team. That's me look my brethren and me and him play ball like every day from me and he will grow. So we can see Shepard reach to that standard day. You know, it was a good feeling. But sir, we have to do something about this thing. It can't be like that. The system can't just have me just so. Now it's got 25 years from 1999. All of my money out of my account. Done, that done long time. My mother money spent up and done long time. Till I don't know where the government expect me to do after you take me, sentence me innocent, give me false imprisonment. So I lose my time, lose my job, lose my everything. So what? You just you just got on me. Then when they don't even want to tell me about vote, man. Vote. Crazy man, you mash up my brain.
All right. I can go for that, but I'm gonna say this to you.
Yes, sir.
We live in a world
Yeah,
where sometimes our expectations don't match up to the reality.
that is true.
So if I say to you, I now ask Christ,
Yeah,
them not gonna give you nothing.
yeah, true.
All this government tell them would rather kill you before them have to pay you.
True.
Or send you to the court. As you have one of them, when I even call the name, because you love charge me money, but we not have to give it. If you say the names, or if you say, them would rather wait till them dead before you get $1, but not $1 enough for them much.
Yeah.
So, if nothing is going to come, what are you going to do with your locus of control, your self motivation to change your life?
My self motivation to change my life.
Yeah, motivation, no motivation.
Yeah, me have to just know say I'm gonna get the money, I'm gonna use that, turn it in a fashion, turn me hand in a fashion, and can juggle, just run a little business.
No, I have to tell them, you see them three come here with have Adidas football gear and thing. Them not send no lion for you or not. So we need to know them think you're rich.
Oh, them think
you're rich, yeah. That's what them stay. Them very demure. Very exacting.
Okay.
Them are wicked.
Okay.
But anyway, seriously though.
Yeah, man,
I don't want this show to end and we have 13 minutes left.
Yeah.
I want to know what your hope is.
What the hope is.
I can fix something, you say your son I miss school.
Yeah, man.
And school are gonna start next week.
Yeah, man, next week, yes.
So what I'm going to do is when the show done,
yes, sir.
I'm gonna just rob the cameraman then. If they're not pay with $50,000, I'll just take them camera and sell it.
Wow.
So you're good, yeah. I'll show you we do it gangster style.
Okay.
So $50,000 you're gonna get from Context Matters to make sure say your son Neymar
is good.
Where you probably, as you said to your mother, say you have to get a youth.
Yeah,
and as you touch road, you breathe.
Yes, man.
So Context Matters is gonna give you $50,000 for your son.
Yes.
So you can't use your son money for do nothing.
No,
that's for your son. But for yourself,
yes.
What you plan to do if you not get money from the government?
If me not get
Because them busy, I take it for themselves.
Yeah, me not get no money from the government. No, sure, no. Job. My father, Wilfred Peart, dead left over 45 acres of land at Johnson. I never said this to you now. People don't really know. Most of my brothers and sisters and them better. So me have to just get something now and just get him thing at the like the place where them sell the whole heap of carrot seed, tomato seed, farm,
so you want to do
everything,
some
and just
farming?
do back farming. Cause daddy dead left that land for we and me and my family them not have no bad. No bad.
So you're in a position to do some farming?
Me in a position. Cause the land is there. But we treat now occupied, but the land is there. Okay. Daddy died left.
Boy, you know, saying that the government, anyway, you need to go check for your land, because I see people when they even have shoes, have land and house, all kind of places.
Yeah,
they know for thief land, even if they're not adverse possessed. But anyway.
Yes, sir.
So you want to do some farming?
Yeah, man, definitely. And that's the thing where I go push me back, where it will push me to reality. If them come and them not come and do what them do, this is what me and my son can invest our time in. So when him grow big, him can still, even when him left, when him go high school or when him not do nothing, come help daddy in the farm. And me used to have to help daddy, me used to have to get up, move cow, plow land, do this, do that. Me used to do a lot of things. So my life wasn't easy at Manchester.
No, see how people in the comments said they'd buy it from you. One person said, but Shabadeen have land, him rich, him don't need nobody money. But here's what I'm going to do.
Yes.
Because I don't want your parents have a stand where when people give you money for the picnic, them say, give me the money, we're going to save it for you and then spend it.
Okay.
Because my mother good at that. She always take the birthday money and spend it.
And spend it.
Yeah.
Okay.
But for you,
Yes.
have a little sponsorship money from Pure Water and give you a little sponsorship money.
Okay.
But I think I'm going to give you that as well.
Yeah,
So for yourself, I'm going to give you $50,000. Come here, you say you take 50. How much did you say? $100,000 last 2 years.
Yeah, man, and turn it.
Well, if man not eat for 40 days,
Yeah.
50 days, it's quite possible.
Yeah, man.
But when I do the follow up on you, Mr. Peart, and we might discuss. I'm gonna talk to the team, Lexi, John, Iqbal.
Yes.
Gonna really look into your case to see if there's a way to engage the government about some compensation for you. It should have been automatic. I believe that. And so, and then there's a minister of agriculture and the ministry.
Yes.
We see them give one woman one donkey one time. No, the prime minister gave her the donkey, but the minister of agriculture was there, and him did give her one something that look like one washing machine with pluck chicken. Okay. She gets seeds, she get all of that. So I don't know. People have all of them. Them have all of them connections. But for me,
yes.
Me did a big TikTok the line them for you, but them say we're too demure and too classy and we're too rich, very neat, very exacting. Yeah. So what I can do is to ensure back to school, the son get the $50,000. Yes. We're gonna bad up the caravan them feet, and then the Pure Water who you know they sponsor the show. The money that they give to that sponsorship, I'm going to make sure you get some of that and give you 50,000. So you get $100,000 from Context Matters. Okay, so God bless you. It's the money has no value, but we're not gonna leave you. And my advice to you. True. I too am a son of Jamaica. Yes. As much as we curse, this is one land that is rich. Yes. Even if the oil, them say, no oil never out there. But the wealth that is in this country, the ability to make something out of nothing. Yeah, that's true. This is the country where if you have ambition and you have resilience, which you do, you can make it in life. Without robbing and stealing and scamming and killing. And when you have a clean heart, and you have determination. Yeah, because I will say this. I know other people do it other places in the world. But I come to this country and one thing my mother always teach me, and she said I don't talk about her enough, but the Dr. Joan Portius. She said it, silver and gold will vanish away, but a good education will never decay. You can become the Prime Minister of this country. Yeah, no, it's not. It is open for every son of every daughter. That's right. And if not for you, you could want it for Neymar. Yeah, true. Yeah, and equally, we want that for our kids as well. Yeah, man, but what is important, which I'm saying to you, is I can only ask you not to be bitter. True. Not to become 60 waiting on the government to compensate you. But using the talents and gifts that God give you. Yes. Find them which they are. Yes. And make something great. Yep. I believe that Netflix could do a show on you. The story. Just like how I have it up there. Yes. Life after death row, the story of Shabadeen Peart. Yes. Denzel all now, so he can't play again, but him have children. Yeah. But start the conversation. It would be interesting to see who would play young Paula. Before the days of Peanuts at Stadium. True. But it would also be important for you to find other avenues. Yeah. And we're gonna check in from time to time, we're gonna find out what you do with the 50,000, because you have some real Jesus. You have some Jesus mentality and attitude. The thing about it, it's sometimes I even just tell somebody before me even come here, I tell them, say, you have to just learn to just be honest. You don't need to tell me. It's like how the prosecutor, they don't have me say, plead guilty, and me just know say me never do something, me just not plead guilty, me just must learn to can be a person of yourself, have a mind of your own.
We really reach most of the youth center in the country. Them don't really have a mind of them own. People the same way, but the teachers somehow suppose when they come out and even though nothing and go on, I push a tough weight. When they look themselves a Lamborghini or a Benz or a PM or something.
G-Wagon.
Or a G-Wagon. People look different, you know. Yeah. You see, when you live in Jamaica, you not drive, you don't have a car, and you're black. You use nobody to enough people, you know. It might sound like a joke, but we prove it several times. Because look at it. Even in one part of the child, when me hear Miss Llewellyn say, me is a flight risk, small maid, and nearly ball youth, and never have a passport yet. During them time, they say he's a flight risk.
Much less no protect flights.
No, yeah. Flight. I want to understand. Yeah. But when people are trying to nearly have to just keep it down, them say anything, because she has said that, say me's a flight risk, because she don't want the judge giving a bail. But at the same time, it's there to show, say me never left Jamaica, go nowhere yet. They have a small island. We never chop yet, brother.
All right. So, Mr. Peart, you have 4 minutes.
Yes, sir.
I'm giving you the 4 minutes to tell the youth.
Yeah.
Although, make it clear,
yes,
you were not guilty of what you were accused of. But
exactly.
you weren't better than any other Jamaican for them up in the truck back and take away your life.
Take away my life. Yes.
I want you to send the message that
yes,
you need
so
to
me, I send the message right now to all youths in Jamaica. So right now, it don't make sense. You know, I'm not doing a crime. You know, man, tell you about go do crime, go do this, go do that. You love that. Free girls, free money, free youth. You know, nice for me, leave a prison and come get back a youth, and my son can be there with me, play with me, ask some questions sometime, and me I say, wow, how Neymar know this? I mean, you know, but me I say to the youths, when you go school, you don't need a knife, you know, you need a gun, you need to just listen to your mother, listen to bigger people when they're around you, and then look at you there and just, no matter with the crime thing, killing don't make sense. Because if me did a check the way then, we could have killed enough people and be most wanted, but how long we ever live for? So, you know, just love certain thing and just done it with certain thing and just remember Shabadeen, Joseph Peart tell you, and man we spend 12 years, 5 days, prison innocent or death row throughout my lifetime. And my mother spent up all her savings for me, all her life savings, millions while I was in prison. So me have to tell them, so listen to my mother, be able to say, try study, get some degrees on something. If you not a degree, you can be a wash car man and still survive and make it through life. You can be a hand cat man and still survive. You don't have to go out and go thief. You don't want no boss, no done a program if you go do nothing wrong, brother. So just love that. Just follow for my advice. And trust me, man. You see me? God will see you through. And Jah live in the heart of all of you. Every man is a star. You understand me? It might look like everybody is not a star, but everybody is a star. Every human being is a star. Every sister is a queen and a star too. So one love Jamaica. I love everybody. I know some people are going to them are going to send in and try to bash me, say this, not them comment, say that, but I love everybody. I mean, that's just me. I love everybody, Virgin. Even the lady where sentence me got to go see her every day, they want to come testify for me. When just see me, she hug me. I love her same way, can we forgive her. You have to learn to forgive. I mean, she know me didn't kill nobody, but we forgive her. So I love Jamaica and everyone, and my respect to Mr. Isaac Buchanan. Big up again, and big up all the inmates in GP, Spanish Town Adult Correctional Center, Fort Augustus, wherever them, the jail, everything that's wallet, man. Because you, this is we used to dead you know, and spend and get big death sentence and see me there road now free. 13 years, me and the Babylon, the police system, the force, never have a problem. When police see me, I salute them, salute. Every police who know me, I know a Shabadeen that when them see me, them salute me, them rate me. So I just heart of love to everybody, brother. No matter who you be, where you are, what, you know? One love, one Jamaica, one aim, one word. One love.
Last question to end the show. What does freedom mean to you?
Freedom mean a lot to me. No, if you ever talk about my freedom, no. If you ever talk about, let me tell you something. Is it freedom? Right now, I'd rather get my freedom and don't have a dollar of nothing. I'd rather live under a foul roof more than death. prison. No just I tell you, brother, your freedom is easy when your freedom take a from you. When you want to just make a walk or someone and the farthest you can walk up is to the front of the cell, to the back of the cell, or to the prison front, to the prison back. I mean, it don't make it. So freedom mean a lot to me. Freedom is my life. Freedom is my everything, you know? Yeah, man. Enough you, man, me know they are prison were rich, and him still can't come around and can't get to come around, come spend him riches because he not have him freedom. And him wish him could have him freedom. If he would have given all $500 million just to get him freedom, he would do it right now and come around. And these are money me go see in the system who won several gas stations, several things. And a man like Sutherland and them man, they still, when we go see in the system, them man, they tell me, say, you me rich. No man in Jamaica no rich like me. Probably be one of the richest inmate that never come across.
Rich and not free.
Rich and not free. So,
right.
you know, that's a difference.
I want to thank you so much for joining the program.
Yes.
We have a work so much to make sure so we'll get you 50,000. Caravan never pack up. If we see the video, them gone. The caravan never try and leave before. All right, but that's it. The story is very powerful.
Yeah.
We learned so much from you,
Yes.
and I wish you all the best.
Yeah,
And in terms of the contribution from Context Matter, we're looking forward to continued greatness from you, and continue to influence your police son name.
Yeah, man. Big up Neymar, man, and big up to Angela Morris, big up to Mr. Churchill Nita and Mr. Dr. Gregory Ball. Big up these people. And big up all lawyer, all judge, all police, all soldier, all fireman. Big up everybody. I could even hand push. Big up yourself.
That is it. We're ending on that note and see you guys next week. Remember, it's all in life, and that's why context matters.
It took some time to understand, yeah, just what it takes to be a man. Now it seems each day you learn something to make a better way. Growing up ain't just a phase, it's reality. And sometimes it's hard to face the world with your head screwed on. But in time you will see, it comes naturally, like the hurt and the pain. It's a part of the game. It's all a part of life, to laugh and to cry. That's right, it's all in life. Gotta keep your head up and keep it stride. No time for living a lie. Gotta keep it moving till you get it right. That's right, it's all in life. Gotta keep your head up and keep it stride. No time to be living a lie. You can make it if you try. No, I heard them say life much better you live it your own way. But if you need a helping hand, just call on me, I will be your friend. And when it gets hard to face the world with your head screwed on, just tell yourself you can. And that's when you'll understand that the hurt and the pain, it's a part of the game. It's all a part of life, to laugh and to cry. That's right, it's all in life. Gotta keep your head up and keep your stride. No time for living a lie. Gotta keep it moving till you get it right. That's right, it's all in life. Gotta keep your head up and keep your stride. No time to be living a lie. You can make it if you try. You gotta keep on moving on. Don't let no one stand in your way. Gotta keep on pressing on. As we pray for better days, keep it moving to the next. When they try to bring you down, we gotta take it to the next level when they come around. That's right, it's all in life. Gotta keep your head up and keep your stride. No time for living a lie. Gotta keep it moving till you get it right. That's right, it's all in life. Gotta keep your head up and keep your stride. No time to be living a lie. You can make it if you try. Just keep your head up, yeah. Just keep your head up, yeah. Gotta keep your head up, yeah. 'Cause everything's gonna be alright. right.